What's up, people?
We back, bitches.
We back. And we back with a special fucking guest tonight as well. Hopefully everybody's doing good. It's been a hot minute since Behind the Grind has blessed your screens and your YouTube algorithms. Shit, we on Facebook too, no?
Yeah, we are finally back. It's been at least like a month and a half, maybe 2 months.
It's been a cool like month and a half, 2 months. But welcome to the show, guys. Everybody's gonna start creeping in here in a minute. We have a special guest for you tonight. Give us a like, a share, and all that shit if you don't mind. Oh yeah, y'all just pop in at once. So you know how this counter works. It's just like nobody's in here. Psych. Everybody's in here. It's a party. Imagine everyone just shows up to the party at one time, like on a live stream. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Hold on.
This happened since we've been gone. We went we did some shows out in New Hampshire.
Yes. Yes. We were out in Salt Lake City. We were in New Hampshire. We were a bunch of places. But I'm going to play our little commercial right now. We're going to come back. We're going to get into shit. Yes, sir. Welcome to Behind the Grind, volume 64. I am your host, Trip B. This is my co-host,
Johnny Concepts. What's up, everybody?
We keep peeling back the curtain of your favorite grind mode affiliates. Tonight, we got the homie Errol Flynn, a.k.a. Evil. Homie, what's good?
What's good, fellas?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you in here. We're excited to hear some stories.
Yeah. For sure. But before we get into stories, man, and before we get before alert, flood warning. No, I'm just playing. Too much of that lately. But before we get into the good stories and shit, and before we play a couple of your verses so that people get to know the artist and, you know, the man behind the music, I want to know, like, since this is a hip-hop based channel, obviously, I want to know how hip-hop came into your life, man. Was hip-hop something that was always in the house, or was it something that came along a little bit later in life?
I think music in general has always been in my life. Maybe not hip-hop to start it, right? Like, you know, in my house, my mother's Costa Rican, so a lot of Spanish music in the house all the time. When I was younger, a lot of I love like Michael Jackson and shit like that. You know, I love that kind of stuff. It was my older stepbrother who put me on, Lewis. I haven't talked to him. Big up to Lewis. I haven't heard from you in a minute. Put me on to like Wu-Tang, man. It was like the first hip hop I started listening to, like 36 Chambers and even on the West Coast shit, Chronic, stuff like that. But I was pretty young, man. Doggy Style, like 10 years old. I think about listening to that album as a 10-year-old now. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, right. Facts. I think that shit too sometimes when I'm like banging, even from like shit from my like high school, middle school days. I'm like, damn, I was just riding around with some 16 years old with some fucking 12 inches in the back, just banging this shit. No fucks. Like, damn, we were wild.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Oh shit,
we were wild, man. So like, so when you did find hip hop, you said music was always a part of it, but like when you finally were like, oh, hip hop is my shit. Like, who were some artists that you gravitated towards and shit like that?
This day is probably the Jizzle, man, Genius. That Liquid Swords album was my shit. Absolute fucking huge Wu fan. But I liked so many different artists back then, man. I was a big boot camp guy, man, like OGC, Smith & Wesson, Cocoa Bees, fucking Rock, man, Helter Skelter. I love that fucking Nocturnal album. My influences are deep, man. I just did Bone Thugs. I mean, you name it, man. Anything from that era. Like, it's just too much. 3 6 Mafia. Like, I feel like a lot of my influences come from so many different parts of hip hop that it's just crazy. And a lot of times you can maybe hear some of it in me because I like to think I never want to be like one style, right? I always try to keep it diverse and flip shit up. So all those cats you can hear in my flow at one point or another, because you can't help but be influenced by some of the greats, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, I just got fucking my laptop is dying notification.
Well, you better plug that bitch in.
Grab a charger.
Yo, I'm gonna grab it real quick.
All right.
See, I thought I was so prepared. Except
we're gonna play this verse. We're gonna play this verse anyway.
That's the perfect time to play the verse. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna mute Evil's mic, and we're gonna rock out to one of his verses. Now, what I need y'all to do, everyone who's watching, is I need to see if y'all guys want to see the Mickey Fax Evil verse from the Mickey Fax cipher, obviously, or if you'll want to see the newly released bars, the barbecue verse that just dropped about 2 weeks ago now. Evil's verse from that, which is fire as well. So which one would y'all guys like to see, Mickey Fax or barbecue?
My vote is Mickey Fax.
First the two. Let's go. You don't count, Johnny. Stop being biased. I
count.
Oh, you just saw the barbecue one, so maybe that's why people are gonna want the Mickey one too. But we got two to play. So Frankie V hit him with the Mickey Fax. That's one. I guess we go into Mickey Fax. Marcus the Android, what up? Frankie, what up? Darrell, what up? Robin, what up? Gams, what up? Akua, what up? Scully, Blizzard, what up?
What's up, everybody?
Thanks
for kicking it. I know we've been away for a while, but we did not get canceled. We're still here.
Facts. They tried to do it to us. No, I'm just playing. Yo, remember when Evil, welcome back. We still haven't played the verse because we're lackadaisical and we have no work. So shit, I forgot what I was gonna say too. It was something funny too.
Were you gonna say something about the second season?
Yeah. That's where I was going. See, that's why we boys. Yeah, we got our second season got canceled. We told Lingo that when we got to a certain number, we were gonna do like season two, and like switch it up a little bit and shit. And he's like, season two. He's like, you know how long the title is already for these joints, like Mode Cypher, Behind the Grind, Volume whatever, and then the artist's name and shit. So he's like, no, we can't do that. We can't make it longer and shit. So I'm like, all right, season two is canceled. We're just on one continuous fucking season.
And that's when we told Lingo, well, like when Netflix picks us up, like that's it, it's over.
Yeah, tell Netflix season two is canceled.
That's like the shit that Lingo thinks of, though. That's why
Yeah, no, that's why he's a genius.
That's why he's Lingo. Yeah,
it's true. Yo, Evil, why are you looking like a Klingon in a warship, but your charger dying?
Yo, it's a fucking mess. It's funny. I set up all this shit. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Clean it up. Only thing I didn't do is plug in and charge my laptop. So here's the fucking up.
The most important thing in life, power.
I know.
It's all good. All right, so we're gonna play this verse. The people have spoken. They said it's Mickey Fax verse they want to hear. So that's what we're gonna do. Akua, what's good, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody watching. This is Evil's verse from the Mickey Fax cipher. Fellas, if you could mute your mic so we can get the best audio possible. I'm just clicking on the video like it's just going to start playing for everybody and I don't have to hit a couple buttons first because it's been 2 months. So, it just be like that. But here we go. Y'all should see it on the screen now. This is the blurred image of, who is it? Who do we think that is? This is a fun game. I think that's like A-OK or Frankie V, I think.
I'm going Frankie V.
You're going Frankie V. I think you know who raps before you on the cipher, so you don't count. But I think it's Frankie V as well. But all right, guys, here we go. Let me get over here. Bang, boom. Bang, bang, boom. And I hit this button. Here.
Girls, honey pot, take pictures of your loot while I give her money shots. I tell a bitch to dance for a bus like Tory Lanes, then tell the kids to scram raw as fucking snorting cane. DJs on the radio claim what I say is foul. From Rhode Island, I won't hesitate to come burn the station down. Some try to take my style like I quit and let them have it. I snatch the fitted from their head and use it as a napkin. That's meant to disrespect you. I'm checking where you head to. I'll kill you on your beat and I don't mean your instrumental. I mean that fully. I keep it gully. These streets are bloody. A passionate rapper. Bearing arms without the sleeveless hoodie. I made my money off the streets like there's a car coming. Now I'm the shit and feeling myself like I forgot something. It's Glock busting and mind fucking divine substance. Laugh at COVID deniers who went and died from it. Every line is fucking sicker than the one prior. Call me Obi-Wan Kenobi, I will set a friend on fire. Top sync.
Let's go.
I was gonna say we should just let Mickey ride, huh? Oh well.
That verse.
Fuck that. He kills it, man. This is my time. I don't need Mickey to outshine me another time.
Fuck out of here, Mickey.
No, he fucking destroyed that verse.
Nah, Mickey's the homie, man. Shout out to Mickey. Facts. Shout out to all you dudes fucking rocking with Mickey and shit too, man. It's a Pendulum Ink shit.
Yes, sir.
Fucking dope. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back to fucking Behind the Grind.
What you guys think of that verse?
Yeah.
Fire emojis or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. It says, hell yeah, that verse was so dope. Reminded me of Most Def for some reason. Evil said, feeling myself like I forgot something. Yeah, that's tough.
Killing it.
Just so you guys can see.
No, definitely a super punchline heavy in that verse. Like if I had known someone that died in the station fire, I'd be mad at you. But
so the dude I rolled with in the car, the guy, my boy Sherm, man, if he's out there, what up, Sherm? Like, he didn't hear the verse. He went to Brooklyn with us. We shot the Cypher, and as soon as I got done, he goes, I had a friend that was in the station fire.
Oh, damn, cuz.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Sorry about that, man.
Pick up Sherm dog, man. That's my guy. He was a good sport about it. I'll say that.
Yeah. That's tough. It's rap. Yeah, I had we were in Salt Lake a couple weeks ago, and we were freestyling spitting verses, whatever, at this little park jam. That was the day after the Cypher event, and I spit a bar from the Stick Up joint that Johnny and I have, and I'm like, this bitch could get it too, or some shit or whatever, the Stick Up joint.
Yeah.
And this girl took the mic after me and was like something about men, like me being a feminist or some shit, a misogynist or some shit, whatever the fuck, And it was like a sub diss and shit. And I was like, it didn't get
heard your music though?
Yeah.
Have you heard your music? You kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I mean, whatever.
So some honesty about that bar, right? So that's actually the second variation of that bar, but the first time was like right after that happened, right after the station fire, and I was on 90.3. We were freestyling. I forget who was DJing. I think it was like back then Tuesday, Necolec, probably Roman Rock. And I get on there and I said something along the lines of, we were just kind of freestyling, just coming up with bars. It was Burn Your Station Like the Great White, which was the band that was playing. So, and it's funny. So I was I was writing the verse for this Brooklyn trip. And my boy Steve was like, yo, you should bring back the station line. I was like, yo, it was fucked up back then. He's like, yeah, but it'll be less fucked up now. And of course, the guy I ride with, and I said that story already. But but it was like literally like a week after it happened, I had said a bar about it on the radio. It was on the radio. It was more, it made sense at the time because I was at a radio station, so Burn Your Station.
Yeah, I want to give the people context though.
I was just about to do that. Yeah, so just to give people context, if you're not from Rhode Island, you don't know. So in Rhode Island, they had a nightclub, was called The Station, and the Great White band was performing there, and they fucking packed the shit. And it was way overpacked, way above capacity.
They locked the doors from the inside for because it was so packed. They didn't want people getting in because it was a big draw, and they didn't want like people, sneaking in through side doors or whatnot, supposedly. So they locked the doors from the inside. The Great White has pyrotechnics that was okayed by whoever, apparently. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then they set the pyrotechnics off, and they lit up the place. And then people were just trying to get out, and the doors opened in instead of opening out. So like everyone's trying to rush out. People are breaking windows, which made it worse because now the smoke is expanding, and a bunch of people died in there. There's a beautiful memorial there in West Warwick now, right down the street from my house. So, but we're getting off a tangent here.
Yeah.
But back
to give context.
Back to the guest of honor.
Damn, I just lost like 100 followers now.
Fuck, man. No, but it's a dope bar, and y'all know how hip hop is, man. When you came up in this shit, you know, like it's somewhat like comedy, man. Like how comedians can touch on these sensitive topics, and you either laugh or you don't. And hip hop is the same thing. You're either gonna find it entertaining or you're not. And it's not up to us to decide that. It's for the consumer, and we just rap about shit we feel like rapping about. And if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you don't. And if you don't, fuck you.
If it makes everyone feel better, it's not the worst thing I've said.
Facts. So Evil, man. So you grew up listening to 3-6, all these other artists that you mentioned, and I do feel like you named a lot of artists who I can see some similarities, in style and shit when you break in and out of different flows and shit. So I wanted to say, like, at what point in your life made you go like, oh, I'm a fan of this shit, to like, oh, I could actually write my own bars and create my own song?
So you gotta excuse the broken fragments of my memory from all the shit I was doing back in those days. I can't tell you how the continuity goes, what came first. But I'll say,
same.
I think one turning point for sure that made me feel like I want to do it. I'm like, I'm skipping school one day, and then see this cat who I never seen in my life, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm leaving school." He goes, "Me too. Let's go smoke." So we walk down the street. He's like, "Oh, my brother's up there writing raps." We walk upstairs, and there's Isma writing raps, 14-year-old Isma. And he doesn't even know me. He doesn't even say hi first. He goes, "Yo, check this verse out," and he just starts spitting. I was like, "Oh, I like the rhyme too," and then I just started spitting back to him, and like it was from there, like, and I learned a lot from him. Like, honestly, like I think Isma will tell you to this fucking day, he loves to say that he taught me how to rap, but it ain't really lies, because I learned so much from the dude. They had just moved up here, him and his family, from Indiana. So they hadn't even been around that long, and we just hit it off. He lived right down the street from where I was at in Pawtucket. And then my boy Gio, actually, Lil G, who I still talk to this day, he was part of the first group I was in. Man, that's embarrassing. I don't care. No shame. So the first group I was in was called Verbal Deluxe. Sound like a fucking something from the value menu or some shit. So Verbal Deluxe, right? It was, I met Zach Crisis. He used to go by Philosophy back then at a party, because we heard there was some dude from St. Ray's who was dope and he liked the battle. So I just showed up to this party to battle, and me and Crisis battle for hours. It was probably the hardest thing I had to do in my life, because that dude is remarkable. Like for real, probably one of the best MCs ever. And we just hit it off, man. It's funny how you just link up with people quick. And I think that's really what I've always been into, the group thing. Believe it or not, like I've done a lot of solo tracks for sure. I've never actually put out a solo album ever. I've only ever been in group albums.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and Verbal Deluxe, me, Lil G, this cat called Ammo Cracker. And then we met. He went by Yin Yang. You guys know him as Kung Blau from Chicago. Okay. He was actually an original member of Other Side.
Oh shit.
Yeah, me, Kung Blau, is Crisis, Hijack, rest in peace. He used to go by Mr. Death back then, ironically. Yeah, and I think that's it. And I was young, man. We were all young. I think Zach's the youngest, right? We were, and which is crazy, because I go back and I listen to shit that he was saying at like 13 or 14 years old, and we were like 16, 17, and it's still on par with like adults today. And that's the kind of shit that fucking amazes me. Yeah, so I don't think I answered your question directly, only because I can't tell you when it was like, all right, let's do something, let's make a business out of this.
Right.
But we knew
still a great answer though.
Yeah, we knew we just wanted to rap, and we knew we wanted to do it together. And like I said, the groups changed. It changed over the years. The name changed. A couple members left and came, and whatever, But at the end of the day, it was always me. It was always it was always Christ. It was always and Hijack. But Blau, big up Kung Blau, man. That story is that's like a movie. There's a big story behind that, but I got to talk to Blau first.
Oh damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of history, man. This fucking Rhode Island shit, lingo back then. It's crazy. Like, I've known lingo for so long.
Yeah, get into that a little bit. How did
you? Yeah. I don't want to fuck up and start saying everything.
No, you're great, man. Go for it.
I have to
go for it.
But
fuck a format, bro. Just go for it.
Yeah, listen, you guys talk to me all the time. I'll just babble on forever about shit.
Nah, you're great, bro. Go ahead.
So I now I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. But
about lingo.
yeah. So lingo was down there, like, you know, because we used to go to the Black Rep, you know, which was downtown off Washington Street, early 2000, 99, 98, 99, 2000.
Providence, Rhode Island.
Downtown Providence, right? I think when I first met Lingo, though, it was actually he was DJing a party at in East Providence, Pawtucket line, the 305 or the Dive, we used to call it. And it's funny because Paulie D actually used to DJ there all the time. Like he was there early before all of us, and then like he crept out when like the real performers came. Now look, right? Yeah. now he's out there fucking, you know, DJing for stadiums and shit. It's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I remember. So we met Lingo there, and you know we was rhyming at that party, and then I seen him on Thayer Street, and we was rhyming there. Like we'd always go to the same places, right? At one point, we both worked for the same. It was a promotional company called Basement Flavor, and before social media, Basement Flavor, undergroundhiphop.com. That's where you talk to people. It was on forums, and any young cats in here don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's like you went on the forum and you made a topic and you just talked about shit. And
it was like Reddit back then.
Right. And Basement Flavor was it, you know. And Mr. Mortal, he helped put out the second Other Side album. First Other Side album was with Kung Lao. He primarily put that whole thing together and out for us. The second one was I was working with Mr. Mortal because I had made a song called It's Evil, right? Or Every Verse is Lethal. And I wanted to do a remix. And what hadn't been done at the time, there was all these different camps in Rhode Island, C&J, Funk Bunker, and all these like, you know, legends now, right? Cats didn't really work together. You know what I mean? Everyone had their own camp and it was cool, but cats didn't really feature and do shit for each other. Everyone just kind of like was on their own thing. And I did this remix to It's Evil, and I got somebody from each camp to get on this remix. So it was a big deal back then. And Mortal helped put it together. And Lingo was working with Basement Flavor at the time too. And we put on a big show, Met Cafe, and yeah, it was crazy, man. We were performing every week at the Met Cafe with Basement Flavor because they had the Unity open mic and shows every single week, which is just something that it's not around anymore. You know, we don't got anything like that. But I'll tell you right now, the closest thing to that, and actually bigger in a lot of ways, in almost every way, is grind mode, right? Like what Lingo did, probably from what he learned back then and through his time in the scene, was understanding that, you know, we're stronger as a group and as collaborators than we are as like crabs in a bucket, because that's what Rhode Island is fucking known for. You know, there's a lot of hate and a lot of bullshit, but grind mode really is doing what that was doing on a small scale, locally, physically, in person, where grind mode's taking it to where we're at this, you know, in this day and age, and bringing people together. And I've met so many people through grind mode and already done so many collaborations. Shit right now, big up Akua. I know you're out there, God Division, you know, I'm part of God Division now. And I wouldn't even know who the fuck that was if it wasn't for grind mode. So
facts.
Yeah, man. So it's cool, you know, just to get back to the original point, which is Lingo, right? Like, you know, I've known him for a long fucking time, and then just seeing the progression and how much he's done in the scene, being there for when he learned it all. And I went away literally for like fucking 20 years, man. My daughter's going to be 20 in a couple months. And that's around the time I just stepped out of hip hop. I just did the family thing for a long time. I dabbled in between a little bit here and there, but we can get more into that after. But yeah, man, big up Lingo.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
So before you get into that trip, so what was it like bringing it back full circle and coming back to hip hop, and then like partnering up with grind mode and doing ciphers and like establishing that relationship with Lingo?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's like in many ways, it's like starting from scratch, because no one knows who the fuck I am, right? Like you get all this notoriety built up. I was with C&J Records back in the day. They were touring. We were doing shit everywhere. Little Jinsu was opening up at Hot Nights. Our CDs were Forbidden Formula, me, Eighth Wonder, put out an EP. It was like we were selling, literally actually selling out of CDs, and it was a crazy time where everyone knew who the fuck we were. And then, you know, you flash forward to now, and like, who the fuck is Evil? Like, no one knows who we are, right? I got a handful of people that do, though. And one of those people being Lingo, which was a great person. And I knew he was doing these grind modes. I hadn't really dove in, and I wasn't paying a lot of attention to anything at all. I knew it existed though. And he was so quick to be like, when I was like, yo, I'm coming back, I'm doing shit again. It's like, yeah, he sent me beat, and he was like, and actually it's funny because the first grind mode cipher we recorded, other side, still hasn't come out yet because it's on the Goon Mode album. So there's no video for that. Yeah, I mean it's out, but it's not out. You know what I mean? And that was last year at the barbecue, and like it was like no time had passed in between. Lingo was such a real dude. Like he was so cool to be like, yeah, you want to come back? I know y'all are dope. Let's go. And he's been such a big help. Because honestly, without that, I didn't even know where to turn. Like I know the game has changed for sure. You know, I'm not selling CDs on Thayer Street and Kennedy Plaza anymore out of my backpack. You know, everything's social media, everything's streams. It's just a different time, and I needed a little bit of guidance. He's provided a lot of it. So yeah, but yeah, it's funny. It's like starting from scratch only because the game's so different, you know? So different.
Yeah. But I'm sure you're also a lot smarter now too, and a lot more wiser on like how you move, and you're not gonna make this like I don't know if you made any mistakes, but if you did make mistakes, you're not gonna make them again. But,
I made no mistakes at all.
Yeah.
I was perfect. You know, man, like, oh my God, the mistakes, it's crazy. It was almost all mistakes. And like only like a few victories in between. But the victories were huge, but the mistakes were huge too. You know, like between promoters and managers and all the different things you learn, people will take advantage of you too. You know, like this music industry it's cutthroat. It's and that part hasn't changed. The face of it's changed, but it's still the same thing underneath.
Evil, what was your first time like getting on stage like and shit like that? Like I know you were rapping with your homies and shit, and you probably built up a small confidence, like, or maybe a large confidence, you know, just rapping with the homies on the street corners or at the parties or in school or whatever. But like, what was it like when you were actually like, oh my God, I'm getting on stage and I'm about to do it?
Like I think the first, and I don't know if it's fun, it's hard to call it a stage, but I think the first time on a microphone, right, like in a public domain of some sort, was at the Black Rep, right? And I gotta tell it, the scene is so different. And I'm talking about 98, 99, right? I'm in high school still. We go to the Black Repertory, and I'm one of like maybe two white dudes in the whole fucking place, right? So right there and then, the motherfuckers just looking at you like, who's this guy, right? But I haven't changed a lot of ways when it comes to, I don't even know how to put it, like the kind of the flamboyance and flair I like to throw on things. Like I showed up to the Black Rep my first night with like whited out contacts on and a shirt that had 666 on the back.
Oh shit!
And this is a room full of positive, conscious rappers and shit.
Right.
And I was getting battled by like everybody, and but it's funny because as much as I had to prove myself, and there was a lot, and it was tough, man. There's no hip hop safe spaces back then.
Right.
If you were gonna go battle with Spit, and you couldn't hold your own, like you might be in for more than just like not getting a lot of claps. You might be getting booed. You might be getting a fight, and all in the above and in between happened at one point or another. And it was just a different time. And I think as far as like building the confidence for it was just because I was always rapping in ciphers and on the street, you know, whether it was down at Kennedy Plaza or on Thayer Street, rapping with Lingo. Sage Francis was always there rapping with us, which is just a vocab, crazy time, right? So I think getting the love from those cats gave me the confidence to go step into an arena where everyone was spitting, everyone was dope, and there was so many dope rappers that came out of that Black Rep. But I definitely stuck out like a sore fucking thumb. Not only the fact that like back then you really didn't have a lot of like white rappers. It was few and far between. The scene changed over the course of like a year or two. Eminem obviously changed the landscape of the way way the scene looked. Yeah, that's crazy. Sure. The first time I did like a show like on stage, I think it was at AS220. Which is funny because we just did an AS220 show for Hip Hop for the Homeless, and the first thing I was like, damn, this place hasn't changed at all. But the one thing I did realize is like, man, this place is fucking small. Because back then I remember like, oh, the first place I performed was AS220, and it's this huge place with a stage, and No, it's not. Like, I think I was just small, and like,
Right.
I just felt big. But I walked in there, I was like, I barely fit in this place. This is a little tiny room. But it was dope making an appearance back there because that was the first place,
Hey, speaking of the AS220, I think now would be a good time to show the people a little bit of something you've been up to lately, since we just talked about you, getting on stage and doing your thing. Let's play this little recap of the Hip Hop for the Homeless event, which was Evil's return back to AS220 after all these years. And he mentioned the place seeming a lot smaller now, and it's just because his experiences have grown so much larger, so it just seems smaller. That's probably what it is. It's not because you're bigger.
Yeah, so this was an event that we did for the hip hop, like for the homeless. We raised money for Thrive Behavioral Health. It was Details, the three of us, Ability, Rage, Miss Laura Michelle, Drive Right. I'm missing Bo Dizzle and Kane. I made the recap video, and we ended up raising a good amount of money that night. So it definitely was a success. Shout out to the William Dennis Foundation. So yeah, let's play this real quick.
Word. Fellas, if you could mute your mics, please, so we get the best possible quality. All right, guys, Johnny pretty much gave the great intro, and that's all you really need. So here we go. Let me mute my mic first, actually. Hold on. My bad, guys. Here we go.
Yeah, see, I grew up without really ever having shit. It taught me to be grateful for what we had and shit. In fact, we learned to save it all instead of spend. Cause it's easy to go from rags to riches than back to rags again. Humble beginnings that brought the whole family close. And the winters, man, we heated the house with the stove. The bills were unpaid, we never had money for clothes. We had to learn to stick together or the home would implode. When I was young, I learned that shit ain't so sweet. They knock us down, but we worked and rose to our feet. Throughout life, man, I needed those hopes to succeed. The only way to live this life I chosen for me. And if I have a bad day, then tomorrow's a new. I'm just glad that we're no longer starving for food. You can try to hold me down however you choose, but I got better things to do than argue with you. Cause I've been trying to get my mind right, looking back on all the things in my life, yeah. Hoping everything is alright, cause every day is a sunrise, yeah. Cause everything's gonna be alright. Cause I done been through some shit up in my life though. Been trying to focus on some life goals. There's no telling if I might blow, cause shit get in the way. It could be years from today, but I'm just focused on tonight though. And I ain't losing my focus at all. Too many people just hoping I choke and dissolve. The way they treat me, man, I had to go cope with it all. It's like you make it to the top, then you hopelessly fall. Yeah, cause they don't wanna see us make it. They hoping that we falling on our faces. Everybody wanna live a dream, but they don't wanna chase it. Goddamn, I fucking hate this, no. I just gotta ignore the distractions. Hold close those that are supporting the passion. And God will commend the ones for all of their actions. How am I? I just answer this when they ask. Cause I've been trying to get my mind right, looking back on all the things in my life, yeah. Hoping everything is alright, cause every day is a sunrise, yeah. Cause everything's gonna be alright. Yeah. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. I'm living proof, man. It's gonna be you work hard, you can be anything. I truly believe that. It's gonna be alright. Yeah. It's gonna be alright. Yeah. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Yeah. It's gonna be alright.
Why you're here. Yeah, you can cut it off right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a dope joint, man. I love that.
I appreciate you. Thank you. But yeah, definitely a super fun show, and we were happy to have you there as well. I love the little call and response thing that you do. The when I say fuck you evil, say fuck. When I say fuck you people, say fuck you evil. I love I don't. When I was filming that, I had a big smile on my face. I loved that. So
yeah, it goes back too, man. I was doing that in 01. Just out of that. Oh man. Yeah.
Guys, give it up for the fucking legend. Also, we got the fucking 2 legends. Fuck 1 legend, 2 legends.
Legends everywhere up in this motherfucker.
I mean,
This motherfucker.
Welcome. You got a question for this handsome man to my bottom here? Wait, pause.
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 To your bottom? Pause.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
You're on my bottom.
That's crazy.
You're on my bottom. He's over here.
Now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah. Yo, can we edit this?
You knew what kind of interview this was gonna be.
Yo, I just wanted to I didn't exactly have a question. I can ask a question, but I just wanted to pop on and give Evil his flowers and tell him he's a dope artist, and I'm glad that we work with him, man. I'm glad that you came back from this hiatus strong as ever, bro. You're just an absolute animal at this shit, and I can't wait to see what you keep dropping future forward, you know?
I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna keep it coming, you know?
Yeah, bro. Absolutely.
I'll say this right now. I grabbed the beat from Johnny Slash today.
Oh,
I'm gonna leave it there.
Oh, that's all you need to say.
Yo, it's gonna be some. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I already know what kind of I already know what you're looking to end game doing this shit. So I don't think I even gotta ask that question. End game is the top.
That's right, baby.
Take over, man.
That's it. Do something big. All right, man. Well, I just
more regular job shit.
Coming in here to steal your spotlight real quick.
Jeez, man, I want one of them hats, man. That shit's dope.
One of these hats?
Yeah, man. Fuck. Is
Ooh, you know
yeah.
how, oh shit, what?
Oh shit.
Family affair, man.
Everyone's in hand.
Yeah.
Lingo.
Figured I'd hop in. I said I'd stop through for you guys.
I said your name a few times, so you appeared.
I knew
Oh,
shit. I knew you were talking shit, so I had to come through. It's good, guys.
Chilling, man.
Just
Chilling.
keep going. Pretend I'm not even here.
Yeah, it's evil. It's evil. Every verse is
Yeah,
lethal.
so about this hat then. Forget about lingo.
Yeah, the hat's looking sharp, my
So it
guy.
took me a while to get this hat, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Took
I
me
was
a
just
bit.
listening to some of their joints today, man, on the ride home.
Yo, these are my peoples, bro.
Yeah.
I got a couple stickers to slap out in Chicago for these guys.
Staten Island cast, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this comment kind of funny.
All right, so let's switch it up then. So Lingo, what is your fondest memory of Evil?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't. Oh shit. Can I?
Can you say
should
that
I
on?
tell the? Should I tell the fucking
His wife might know.
No names.
the greeting card story, bro? The Mother's Day card.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I should say that. No.
Yo, I really am out though. Peace out, Evil.
Peace.
All right, okay,
Peace out,
man.
yo.
Have a good night, bro.
Man. Yeah, we got a ton of fucking history, bro. Shit.
Yeah, man.
So Evil was his name. He really lived up to it, like all the way from the inception, all the way back when I first met him. Like it was like 99, 2000, somewhere around then. And like, yeah, he there were a few times that he got into like beefs with other crews, and he had like some real savage diss tracks. And like even before like social media and stuff, I'll just say that his trolling was on another level. Like he, like how 50 won't like just diss you, then he'll go and he'll do all this like extra shit. let's just say Evil had some extra shit that was like, yo, that was like the stuff that he did to go along with diss tracks was pretty like savage, like yeah, like
Yeah,
yo,
example of something that he did.
you would want to fucking like you would want to murder this kid, right?
Yeah.
So, for
we
sure.
were just talking about we were just talking about how he had the bar about the station fire.
Yeah.
So like that's some evil shit as well. Like, you know, he got called out on it and shit from people and shit for being evil. So
yeah, his first joint, the one that he's like that he does like the installments of. He had the what was the baby bar and like
God. So there was a lot of those baby shock value bars back then too, like and in fact I can't remember the name of the damn show, award show that Sage and those cats were throwing out at the Met Cafe. It's on YouTube though, right, where I won one of those awards. I forget what the fuck it's called, but Sage goes up there and he goes, and this is for Evil for telling the cop on Thea Street that he was gonna rape his kid or something, or something, like because like he broke up a cipher or something. And I don't even remember saying, I don't know, but it's on there. I actually have it saved somewhere on my YouTube. Where I wasn't even there when I got the award. Like I wasn't in the building when he gave it out, but he, yeah. Well, damn it, Lingo, you remember the name of those fucking awards? I can't think of it.
I don't.
I have to pull it up. It was a show he did where he was giving out kind of like goofy awards, like for stupid shit.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I won that one because I yelled at the cop on Thayer for breaking up the cipher, and I said I was gonna like do something to his child or some shit. Yeah,
Jesus,
it wasn't okay. Big up to that.
And you didn't get beaten. This was a different era, folks.
Yeah. Crazy times. But yeah, man, me and Lingo, man, we partied a lot back then. And Brian, shit.
Here's a good one. This is like, so the first time I ever met Evil was me and let's see, who was it? Me and this dude. I don't remember what he went by for rapping, but we worked at United Skates together, and then it was our senior year of high school, and it was like that's the end of the year into the summer, and we threw a party at this at the VFW or whatever. It's like right down, like 2 doors down from United Skates, and I DJ'd, and like all the fucking towns in the area knew about the shit. It was like we had to get security, fucking detailed cops and shit. Shit was packed, and then we had an open mic at the end, and that's the first time that I met fucking Evil, and Crisis was there, and K Blau was there, and fucking Lil G and Nages, and yeah, so
whole other side.
And we had a fucking I think Animal Cracker was there too. And I had my double tape deck set up to record, so I have a tape somewhere of all these motherfuckers rapping that night while I was spinning at the party and shit.
That'd be crazy.
It's like 99.
Yeah, where's that tape now?
Yeah. I found one of me and Nage's first tapes that we did, like actual on tape. So if I keep digging, I'll probably be able to bring that up. But yeah.
You have some old video footage of that.
Memorabilia right there.
Yeah. Sherm's got some really, really dope. Yeah. Sherm's got some really dope footage of us back then that Evil used in the back of the day shit. We were like at Mortal's crib and shit. Yeah. Good times.
Crazy times.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and like full circle moment when Evil hit you up to like come back and all that shit. And you know, he was giving you your flowers a little bit early in the interview for like, you know, him needing the help when it came to the social media shit and the internet presence type shit. And you know, being like, dog, I know you can still do it, and I know you always have been able to do it. So let's rock, man. And like, and, you know, he's very appreciative for all that shit through Grind Mode. He got to meet God Division and shit like that. Grind Mode's a great entity, guys, for networking and building blocks in this game. And networking is everything. It's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Well, let me not forget to big up freaking Details and Deadphones out there, man. Like, we've been working a lot too, like crazy. So we got other joints coming out, and that's my guy, man. So yeah, it's crazy. This this network of people and talented ass people out here. It's good to have it because it brings what I remember back in the day from like being out there and having these weekly open mics and meeting people into this new time and like the way things are now, man. Grind Mode's the only one that's really holding it down that way, you know, where you can network to that level and meet the people that you want to work with, and everybody's like, if they're hard working and you recognize, you match up, and you're able to make some classics, man. And I feel like that's one of the best parts about this, man, is just being able to network and meet some dope MCs.
Facts.
I feel like I was born in the wrong time.
Yeah.
I hear you guys tell these stories and like about like how you're out there like pushing CDs out of a backpack and going to all these shows, doing the forum stuff. Like I think that's so dope and like so like it's just like that's so hip hop. I just I wish I was in that time.
It was so much. I don't know, man. It was so much more fun than just like everything being on. It's dope that you can connect with people all over the world now. But there was something different about like, yo, me and Evil, like we were going to like 3 open mics a week type shit, and like we were hitting shows every night, and like just the energy, like. We'd have to meet up somewhere. We'd all pack into a fucking car. We'd have a bunch of carloads of people. You pull up and like we'd have flyers. We'd be on like ciphers on the corner and shit. And just like, it was just always something going down. And yeah, it was like all word of mouth shit.
Dudes popping off and shooting. We're ducking down in the car. Yeah, all the fun shit. It's funny. One of the first things that you got to remember, like I had dabbled in between, right? Like the Paper Chases era. Like I went to some shows and things in between. But one of the first things, I forget exactly who said it, when me, Christ, and Iz rolled up to our first like Grind Mode event. But like, damn, everyone's so nice. Like, because not everyone was so nice back then, right? Like when you go to ciphers and shows, like you were like on trial, right? Like people judging like your shit, right? It wasn't like automatic love, right? Don't get me wrong, you gotta be nice now, but it was just a different environment, man. Like you were really under the light, and cats were gonna throw you out if you didn't have your shit together.
I think one of the differences and why that seemed to be the case and why it was the case is because like everyone gets their shine. Everyone that's there to put on and that wants to put on is able to. And it's not like, you lost stage time for so-and-so or I wanted to be on this show, but Evil's on this show or whatever. Like, man, I get to rap my shit too. And he's here to rap his shit too. And he's dope too. And this guy over here is dope too. And it's just like, it's a great experience because, and the friendly competition is still there. Like you still want to crush it. You still want every artist in that building and fan in that building to be like, yo, you fucking crushed it, dog. Yeah. And that's what we all go out there for still, regardless of the community that we've built,
Yes. And it's dope, man. And there are so many dope artists out there, man. And I love seeing all the talent. But it was, it's just funny thinking about them days, though, man, just because it was so crazy. Like, but like, I think it's probably because the amount of events we had too. You were seeing the same cats all the time, and then, you build a network of certain people, and then some new motherfuckers roll up, and you're like, who the fuck are these guys? And it was crazy, man. I miss it, but I love the evolution and where it's at now too.
Yeah.
Dope. Well, what do you think about rapid fire? Should we do this, or you want to tell some stories?
I mean, we're way over time, so we'll
leave
it up to Evil. Do you want to do rapid fire? Quick 2 minutes.
Well, I know you guys said that at the beginning, but I already forgot exactly what it is, and I've seen the show before, but I don't remember what it's about.
Even better.
Yeah, even better. So now I'm going to be really on the spot. But all right,
we're going to speed through it. Ready?
All right.
On my sound.
Man, Trip don't speed through anything, man. Hold on. Yeah, welcome to Rapid Fire, brought to you by Brawlers Inc. Clothing. This is an either or segment where we're going to ask Evil a series of questions, and we just want one-word answers. We don't want no elaborations, if you will, please. So,
Lingo, feel free to jump in with questions too.
All right, Johnny, have one ready.
All right,
man. I don't have my cheat sheet, so here we go.
DMX or 50 Cent?
DMX.
Dre or Premier?
Premier.
Bad Boy or Death Row?
Death Row.
Peanut butter or jelly?
Jelly.
Chicken wings, bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
Ranch or blue cheese?
Blue cheese.
Shirt with holes or a shirt with stains?
What was the second one?
A shirt with a stain or a shirt with holes?
Holes, nickel holes for sure.
You got a date and you got to choose one. You're going out with bad breath or body odor.
Oh, bad breath.
Favorite brand of beer?
Shipyard.
Kanye is a rapper or producer?
Producer.
Lingo as a rapper or producer?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Rapper.
A-OK, Illmatic or Stillmatic?
Oh, Illmatic.
The Met Cafe or the new Met?
Met Cafe.
Paper Chasers or Other Side?
Other side.
Mario or Luigi?
Mario.
Loud neighbors or nosy neighbors?
Loud.
Tacos or pizza?
Tacos.
Marriage or divorce?
Marriage.
Join the gang, bro.
Trying to get me to vote. Oh man, that was a tough one on Lingo, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
I just
I don't know if you heard Lingo, but he said your beats are whack. He said you're
I
a
know. He hates my beats. Fuck.
I know.
But you know what's funny because I was thinking about Lingo because like obviously we all progress, right? But Lingo's beats are like I don't know fucking level right now. So that was a tough one.
Yeah,
tough one. But I
love Lingo's a good.
I love the clever. You know, as a rapper, man, you got to appreciate the bars, man. And you got them fucking sneaky punchlines where you won't even notice it the first time, right? You like maybe the second or third time, and then you feel stupid, which makes you like it even more. So yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I would have to go with MC on that one because for as good as he is at producing, he's a great MC. So it's like, you know, obviously MCing. Yeah. He's like, thanks, I gotta go now, guys. Bye.
It's about this guy over there. This guy.
Yes. So Evil, if you had the means to, how would you uplift your community? After like say you got like $1 million deal right now, what would you do in your community to uplift it?
Yeah, it's funny you say that, man, because outside of the hip hop world, what I do for my occupation, which I can't really discuss, but I'm actually in charge of community for the company I work for all of Rhode Island and like half of Connecticut. So I do a lot of stuff with veterans, homeless veterans. We've renovated homes for them, working with like Operations Stand Down. I think if I got money like that, you know, I'd probably partner with the people I know that where the money goes to the right place. I've also done, we've done like Bucket Brigade at Gillette Stadium where we're packing buckets with supplies for homeless people and to help them survive the winter. But I think that type of cause, I think like homelessness, hunger, that and we just had the event, which is why when it was brought up to me, I'm like, you know what, this is right up my alley. Definitely something I want to do. And I know the right organizations to get to. Luckily, from the experience I've had being in a community captain, director, whatever you want to call it, for the last few years.
Oh, super dope. All right,
It's a lot of work too. Let me tell you, man. Like going in those places because some of those vets that have housing, they don't want you there, and you get yelled at and everything. I love it. So
oh my god,
it's a good time. But you know what? They're happy when they come back to their place and move all their stuff back in, and they got like new floors and everything. And yeah, that's what's up. It's a good feeling.
Herb said evil isn't evil. He's a saint.
Yeah. I'm a very complex individual.
Yes. Yeah, we all got the devil on one side and that angel on the other for sure. Right. Evil, bro, you got an opportunity to open for a much bigger artist than yourself in front of a crowd of like 3,000 people, and you can do that show, or you can headline your own show in front of about 300 people. Which show interests you more?
I mean, man, I would say no, a little bit of both. Like I've had, and Lingo knows, like back in the day, we had shows where we've opened up for people, who opened up for Wu-Tang a couple times, and that was great. And I think that exposure you get and those connections you make, as opposed to the people that are already coming to see you because they know you, so you're already sold out of shows. So I would say like opening for someone I hadn't opened for before, you know, and getting a new crowd of people that may not have heard my music or even know who I am. Because if they're coming to your show already and you're getting the 300, you're gonna get those 300 regardless. So let's get it out there, you know. Let's put it out to someone that may not heard me before. And we had a great show. I think it was a New Year's Eve show, 2000 going into 2001, at Lupo's, the old Lupo's, with me and Eighth. And actually, that video is online, and I was just Eighth's hype man at that show, which is funny. Like I spit some verses up there, but all I did was really hype him up. Man, what a great experience.
Oh man, yeah, I completely agree.
If there was one thing that you could either add, take away, or like continue doing to make yourself a better artist, what do you think that would be?
Oh man, I think every day I'm trying to get better, you know. Never gonna, I like to feel like I'm never gonna be in a prime, right? I want to always grow, and that's from whether I'm adding different styles or cadences and patterns into my rhyme schemes, learning how to, you know, do like the rapid flow with that perfect enunciation, like a vendetta, right? Like I love hearing somebody that inspires me and then trying to morph into what they're doing, but bring my own flavor to it. So if anything, I like what I'm doing, which is just continuing to grow and learn new things, man. So I would say if I don't know if I take away anything, maybe I'll take away some of the fucking bars that could probably get me banned someday, but not yet. We'll wait till, you know, if I get bigger and you know, get some endorsements or something, man. And they like, listen, I'll sell out like that, like, you know.
Oh my
God. You want me to say that bar? Let's go. Now I'm playing.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. For example, I have a buddy that works at Coca-Cola, and like obviously they own Powerade, and when John Morant did all that shit and he was like the spokesman of Powerade, like they called everyone into work and they were like, oh, anything with John Morant's name on it has to come down right now. So
they're gonna dig into your past catalog and it's like, you're gonna be like, sorry, you can't host this show tonight. Oh, sorry, we can't put your face on this. Sorry.
Some politician shit, just digging up dirt. Oh man.
No, the people love evil. Fuck you, evil. Fuck you, people.
I'll say, were you in here for that earlier, Lingo? I was doing that back in the day, man. That fucking
yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, I don't think he was in here yet, but yeah, I was telling him how I really liked that call and response, because he did that at the show, and like when I was filming, I was just like, oh, like that's perfect, that's great. If there's one thing I would say, like you've been in the game way longer than me, so you're probably way wiser than I am. But one thing I would say is that if you're gonna continue to keep performing, definitely keep continuing to do that because that shit is fire.
For sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And that I would say one thing. I'm gonna take you back to that last question. I think you just talking about performing just made me think about it. I know we've talked about it a few times, but that's that one thing in my toolbox I need to sharpen, because spitting rhymes and writing and making beats and all that it's always been there and it was easy to jump back into. But performing is a different animal. And you know, and in the few times I have performed since I've been back, like I feel like they've been progressively getting better. Always taking advice from those watching me and whatever. Like, what do I need to do differently? What I got to do better? Maybe not getting too fucking drunk with Lingo, taking shots and forgetting that I'm going back on stage and forgetting.
I was just gonna say,
don't talk about that. You know, forgot my whole verse for poor Fliz, man. Fliz was like calling me to the stage, and Lingo had to tap me and go, "Hey, he's calling you." I'm like, "Oh fuck, I forgot I was going back up," and he just had, you know, force fed me fireballs.
Oh my God! Pause.
And I was wasted. I actually ended up starting it over. I'm like, started from the top, and I pulled my phone out. I was like, I'm gonna read it. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, it was so bad. But I think the performance side is the one thing I really need keep working on, because it's funny if you go back to my old performances. Like that was I love the performing. I love to do battles. I was always in the battle circuit, you know, doing the mic wars and doing different shit. And I like being on stage, but I also think your breath control changes, you know, after 20 some years and
sure.
40s and everything. You're like, oh shit, man, I might have to go hit the treadmill or something. Get that breath control up.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah, you know.
He said,
never know.
I mean, I don't want to. I'm probably not going to do it, but I'm just saying I should. Yeah, I read it. You know what's funny? You said that. I read it like a war video, because actually that's what I said on the stage. Lingo was there for that.
Yeah.
I went up there. I go, I'm about to do this war act style, and I got a laugh.
But I'm sure people probably thought that shit was planned after that. So,
Yeah. They laughed. I did it, and we were good. You know,
like
and,
we trip to shit all the time. Like we even though we do it on the fly, like we'll fucking joke around and on some shit, like just saying random shit, and like literally have like little arguments with each other on stage, and like people love it.
Yeah,
that's
their favorite part of the show. They like the banter.
Yeah.
I was looking for some redemption. We were actually supposed to perform that same song at PBD Fest, but then it got rained out, so I didn't get my redemption on that song. But it's coming next time. I'm gonna kill that song because I have to now, man. That was embarrassing.
Facts, guys. I want to play the other verse. I want to play the barbecue verse that just dropped a couple weeks back, and then we'll come back. We'll hang for a couple more minutes, and we'll let everyone get on with their nights and shit. So let's do this. Evil Man, it's been a pleasure, bro. Lingo just dip out.
He did, yeah. Kids, yeah, there you go.
The kids were running around in the back, so I figured I'd take it off the screen for a second. They just like ran it. Yo, peace, Evil.
Yo, peace, Lingo.
Peace, guys.
All right, bro. Yeah, have a good night, bro. Yo, that's mad funny. Is that how Bollock just be bouncing from the live stream?
No, I swear to God, I thought his Apple ID got hacked or something.
Lingo with the Irish goodbye details. All right, yo, let's get into this verse. This is fire. We're gonna play this for you guys. This one just dropped a couple weeks back. This is Bars of the Barbecue, Volume 17. This was produced by Evil Dead. We had a great time at the barbecue this year. You guys got to make it out if you haven't been yet. It's always an open invite to the public. It's a great time. Bring your kids, bring the family, come hang out, get to know a lot of the affiliates and producers and shit like that. It's always a great time. Anyways, let's get into this. We're sitting at 37K on this one. Bang. Let's go.
Skulls call me King Corso when I kill so-called pit
I got a
bulls.
flow like Buckshot, a voice like Cool J, a stroll like Gunpop. The words got tune play. I move like Wu-Tang, smooth like 2 Chains, lines like a demigod for any squad you claim. Fire like Liu Kang, tossed in a huge flame. Push a pussy ass rapper off of his mood swing. Dudes think they tough till they be flying. Get these little bitches touched, call me Epstein Island. To these MCs, I am the one they wish they were like. Cause I bar hop the verse like I'm whipping a dirt bike. The hot throb your girl like she'll hook up the first night. All these bitches on my wood, they start looking like termites. I'm nice like Sean Price, I'm something like Outkast. I'm easy like Eric Wright, you know nothing about that. I'm real like Be Real, on the rail you seem frail. Cause when you hit the booth, you missing proof like D12.
Oh, so much fun.
Good times.
So much fun at the barbecue. Is my cat behind me? The fuck? The fuck, Moose? We doing shit like that, Moose, man. Damn. You scaring a motherfucker, Moose. Jesus Christ, black cat just jumping behind you and shit. Guys, what'd you think of that one? Fire emojis.
Yes.
I def had heat stroke at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the fucking Boz, kid. Herb. What up, Herb, man? Evil, you a beast, dog.
Yeah, everyone has been clowning me because of me being in the back. my face. Listen.
Oh, the rest in Portuguese face.
Yeah, the Portuguese dad face.
Yeah.
Listen, I love everybody, all right? Like, I'm not hating. I promise. That's just the way I look.
It's my fucking face. So yeah, man. How do you want to? What do you want to do? You want to ask the table question, and then like break into a little story, and then we'll get out of here.
All right. Yeah, for sure. So, you're at a restaurant. There's 6 chairs at your table. You're at one of those chairs. At the other 5 is anyone from any walk of life. Could be someone that is dead or alive. They could be famous. They could just be like someone in your family. Who are those people that you would want at that table with you? That way you could chop it up with them.
Oh shit. Damn. First and foremost, to bring back Hijack, man. Jay, rest in peace. You know, I love to chop it up with him again. I love for him to see what's going on right now, because we did try to 2013 make a comeback right before he passed away. So and then I hung it up again. Yeah, so that'd be dope. Bring Jay back. Then I don't know, man. I'm a huge fucking nerd, so my answer is gonna be weird. But I'd like to have like I don't know, like Carl Sagan. Love Carl Sagan.
Oh, shit. Word. Yeah.
I'm a huge fucking Trekkie, man. I love like Patrick Stewart there or something, you know.
No shit. Damn, that's a first.
Yeah, right. I mean, the level of how much I love that shit is scary. I don't even can't even get into that.
I don't see any Trek shit in your background right now.
No, it's on that wall. I got another corner that's got all Star Trek and Marvel and all kinds of Ninja Turtles over there and shit. Shit. Who else? I don't know, man. Rap World, man. Big L. You know, Pun. I'll just go 3 for 3, Biggie. Right, go from the 3 bigs, man. Shit, that's 6, right?
Yeah, that's
5.
That's 5.
That's 5. Was a Hijack, Carl?
Oh, Hijack too.
Yeah, hijack,
my bad. You're right. My fault.
So you snuck someone in.
Yeah.
I can't count.
They brought their own chair and they didn't have a plate, so they snuck in. Yeah. So who's paying the bill?
Carl.
Oh man, for those motherfuckers. So with Pun and Biggie there, fuck. That's a huge bill. Patrick Stewart's gonna have to throw it out, man. Right? He's gonna have to jump in there, man. You know. Shit.
See, you're cool with it, man. Why do you think I said Klingon earlier?
And it's gonna be a huge bill, not just because of food wise either. You know, he's gonna order like a big bottle of Dom Perignon. Some shit.
Yeah, big Pun and Big E gonna have a big fucking tab. That's for sure.
You fucked up, man. I could eat too. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Same. But let's hear another fucking story, bro. So what has been like your most refreshing moment since you've been back, since taking a little hiatus from the game? Is like, if you know what I mean by the question, like what has been your most like rewarding or refreshing or I'm back and this feels great moment that you've had since you've been back?
I'll tell you what, this is up there for sure. Like, this is dope. Like, I can't tell you the last time I did actually like an interview like this. You know, it's been a long time. Back when people actually gave a fuck who I was. So this is, but I would say
we do
that Mickey Fax Cypher, man, and he was so fucking dope, and he came up to me too to like actually dropped a couple of my bars in my end when he was like, oh, you're right before me, and he said a couple of the things I said, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is fucking Mickey Fax, right? He's an animal when it comes to the freaking bars. Like, he's got like some of the most intellectual, deep, fucking thought out bars, and his rhyme schemes are so dope. So the fact that he even remembered even one or two to throw back at me was such a dope moment. And it just felt like I was like, damn, all right, man, I feel like I might still got something to contribute here. So because I look up to cats like that, and that was dope, man. If I'm gonna pick one since I come back, that's probably one of the better ones. And it's funny because close, not even a second, man, is right there with the other shit we just did in New Hampshire, right? With Demrick and everybody, because I had the same thing, man. Demrick was coming up to me in details, and it was dope. It's been dope, man. This grind mode experience has been giving back in like crazy amounts, man. Like, you put in the work, and I'm a big believer in the hard work side of things, and I'll always try to be the hardest working motherfucker in the room, always. But if you do it right, and when you get your flowers, man, it feels good.
Facts. Yeah, man, we're glad to have you on the team, bro. You're a beast.
Thanks.
You bring a lot to us. Your delivery, your presence on the track, your performances on the ciphers, all that, man. Just the man that you are. I remember when we were in New York, and I saw like somebody, excuse me, pressing lingo on some shit, and this is when you first started. Like, I don't know if you had been to like an event outside of a local one, New York, semi-local, obviously, but but you were down there, and I saw you just like eye and lingo, and I make eyes with you, pause, and you fucking, you gave me the eye, like, I got this, we got this, and a couple of you guys were like, this guy was like bugging because he wanted Lingo to play his music or some shit, and it was the very end of the night, and the shit was winding down, and we run a tight schedule as it is at these events. So Lingo was telling the kid that we weren't going to play his music, and this guy's like, I'm fucking the next Kanye West. Nah, nah, nah. And, it was just a moment there where things I felt the tension. So it just showed me, that you're a stand-up dude, and we always need more of those around too. And
yeah, man, always down to be a pit bull, man, and soldier. Like when those moments pop off when Blade came over, because that's what we was calling him.
Yeah, that's right.
We were calling him Blade because he had the haircut with the shit.
Yeah, it was MC Blade from fucking 2053, the year 2053. He came down and shit.
I watch him be the next Kanye, and then we're all.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh well.
What about the other dude in New Hampshire with the ballpoint pen?
Oh shit! That was
I wish I had made that one, man.
Oh, that motivational speech before we had to go inside. The dude came over, like he looked like first of all, he had his arm in his shirt, so it looked like he was missing his arm. He wasn't. He was just sweaty for no reason. And then he walked up to everybody before we walked in. He goes, all right, guys, I don't know what kind of people you are. I don't know if you have any weapons on you. And he starts running down a list. He's like, so no brass knuckles. He was so specific, right? No fucking knife, no guns. He's like, and no pens, because you can take a pen, and he goes up to details, and he's like, if you stick it right in their throat at the right spot, you can paralyze somebody for life. Markers,
markers are fine though.
Okay, markers are cool, but it's just like, and he said it all in like one sentence. It was fucking great. And then he just walked away, and I was just like, wow, I'm pumped. Let's go.
Yeah. Details is still traumatized from the experience, because I just popped up his comment now during that story that said, woo, that cipher was dope. So now it seems like that's so out of context now. And that's why I left these cry emojis. Poor Details, man. You had a guy pretend like he was gonna stick a pen in your throat, bro. Damn.
But it's the funniest thing was he said, he said what would happen, and he said it in such perfect like detail, like no pun intended, that like it's like he's done it before. like this motherfucker's paralyzed somebody by stabbing him in the neck with a pen.
Yeah, he knows for a fact you can get paralyzed.
That's what would happen.
Yeah, he was very descriptive with it.
But then he said markers are cool, as in like the time before that you tried it with a marker and it didn't work and you got it out. It was fucked up.
Yeah, markers passed the test. But Gamble said, wow, fucking Paul Blart.
It was nuts. That shit was fun though.
Prison rules at New Hampshire ciphers and shit.
It was crazy.
It is nuts. But yo, man, it was a really good having you, man. We're gonna have to have you back. We barely scratched the surface tonight, Evil, man. We're gonna have to have you back soon. Like to have maybe you and Isma team up, man. I want to run back and start doing doubles and triples and shit. So pause. No, sorry, I overused it this episode, but I want to go back and start doing like some more team and combination shit. So we're going to run back through a couple of guests we already had. You guys are going to see more familiar faces as we get on to more episodes of Behind the Grind. But tonight was Errol Flynn's night. So we really appreciate you, my dude. Johnny, you got last words? Ask him where we can find him. My bad.
Yeah, where can we find your stuff, my dude?
Oh, man. So we got Other Side, it's UVASIDE. You look that up, you'll find the link tree. It's got everything. GodDivision.com. I'm on there, right? As a member of God Division. You'll find Instagram, Other Side. I think Facebook is also under Other Side. Yeah, I believe everything's under the group name, fellas. So if you look up Errol Flynn, aka Evil, you're gonna see a little bit of everybody from my camp. So big up Isma 401, CR Is, Crisis, Eighth Wonder, man. I can't even say outside without saying the King Eighth, because shit, he's done most of my production my whole career. Big up to everyone, man. Chachi, hip hop, like Swan Nadi, old scene J Fam from back in the day, man. Those guys I looked up to my whole life and got to work side by side with them. An artist named Fliz. I got an EP coming out with an artist named Fliz. That's almost done. Man, I can do like 10 of these interviews. I talk a lot, fellas.
Yeah.
I think y'all fucking must have known that before you came into this.
No, we should have. We should have done a special 2-hour, 2-hour joint. We could have promoted it.
But man, I really appreciate this, guys. It was fun.
Yeah, of course, bro.
It was a pleasure, and thank you once again for kicking it with us. To like sharing some cool stories. We definitely appreciated that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah, we barely got into it, man. It's like when we did Lingos.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We were an hour and 20 minutes in. It felt like we barely got there, but we're gonna have both you guys back, man. We're gonna have Lingo back and you. Maybe we can tell some more stories together about you guys like coming up in Providence scene and stuff like that back in the day. Yeah, and like the evolution of grind mode and shit like that. So
hell yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, man. I'm sure I'm gonna run into you soon. I'm gonna stay up until then, bro.
Yes.
You fellas. Appreciate it,
Johnny.
Thank you.
We're
Peace, everyone else.
Everybody.